We have a very summer-like day ahead of us, really going into tomorrow as well, although we could have some heavy rain moving in to finish your week off. I'll have all the details coming up in just a couple seconds.
The defense getting ready to make its case today in the Cody Allen murder trial, what they're arguing. And early in-person voting now underway in Wisconsin. What you need to know before you hit the polls. Hackers breaking into more than 30 water systems in communities across Minnesota. We'll tell you what authorities are doing to fix the problem.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Wednesday, July 29th. It is just about 6 a.m. Thanks for starting your Wednesday with us. We'll start now by getting a check on our forecast with meteorologist Nicole Skalicksky, and we've got another July-like day awaiting for us.
Yes, very quiet, very summer-like, going to be warm. Anyone who wants that warmer weather is going to enjoy it today, but not too unbearably muggy, thankfully. It will be a little bit more humid than it has been, so be prepared for that, but still looking like very July-like conditions as we approach the end of the month. 68 degrees right now in La Crosse, a little muggy as you first step out the door, and little winds as well. Eau Claire sitting at 62 under mostly sunny skies as that sun continues to rise. Humidity is pretty high though, so again, you're going to feel muggy when you first step out. That should linger into the afternoon as well, but it's not going to be anything that's too oppressive. Because of that moisture near the surface right now, we could see some deductions in visibility, seeing some smaller areas. Eau Claire down to 5 miles, along with Black River Falls as well. Likely only seeing this affecting closer to the river valleys and low-lying areas through the rest of the morning. Nothing widespread. As we go throughout the rest of the day, then temperatures rise into the mid and upper 80s, but again, your humidity will be upticked a little bit, so it could feel closer to 90 degrees at times this afternoon. That trend continues into tomorrow, and then we have a wet end to the week. The smoke is still here as well, so have a closer look at your hazy forecast coming up in just a little bit.
We will see you then. Thank you, Nicole. Happening today in La Crosse, the public has a chance to weigh in on that possible water rate hike that would raise the bill from $17 to $29. The public hearing is at 11 at the Black River Beach Neighborhood Center. And a developing story today, the defense expected to call its first witnesses in the Cody Allen homicide trial. News 8 Now's Grace Monk catches us up on what happened in court yesterday.
Allen is accused of killing 42-year-old Justin Betts outside of a bar on the north side of La Crosse. On the stand Tuesday, several La Crosse Police Department investigators. Investigator Nathan Lewis says they found firearms and 1,000 rounds of ammunition in Allen's home, but not the weapon that was used to kill Betts.
So, am I correct in assuming that none of the firearms or ammunition that you just described here was used in the death of Mr. Betts?
The firearms, no.
On Monday, prosecutors suggested that Allen was attempting to evade law enforcement after the incident. Investigator James Mancuso says he attempted to locate Allen by tracking the location of his phone.
Once the cell phone provider Verizon started giving me locations, I would receive them every 15 minutes.
Were there a couple of locations that you had checked, but Mr. Allen was not located at those locations?
That's correct.
Mancuso says Allen was eventually arrested during a traffic stop. What they found in the vehicle, nearly $2,000 in cash and his passport. Also on the stand, the man who told police in 2025 that he witnessed the crime, and Dr. Ross Zumwalt, the pathologist who performed Betts' autopsy. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
A former Vernon County jail worker who threatened an inmate into sexual compliance has been sentenced. Amanda Bjornstad already serving time for a separate conviction in Richland County. When released, she will face 3 years of probation for this conviction. A Toma man pleaded guilty yesterday to killing someone while driving drunk. Christopher Cattle admitted to homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. The crash killed one person and injured 3 others on Highway 21 near Toma back in 2024. 9 other charges were dismissed but will be considered at sentencing, which will happen in November. Residents at a La Crosse mobile home park are speaking out, saying rising costs are making it harder to afford their homes. News 8 Now's JDS McGee reports.
It looked like two neighborhood parties, but for residents, it felt more like a standoff, with management of Brookview Mobile Home Park holding a pizza party for residents. But directly across the street, residents held their own gathering to raise concerns they say have been building for months.
We've asked for a sit-down meeting with the upper management, somebody who can make decisions, who can make changes to the lease. We're all adults here, so I guess I would have rather seen, let's come to the table, let's sit down, let's talk about it, let's hash it out, but we already know they're not going to do that.
Residents say they have watched lot rents, fees, and other housing costs climb over the years, adding pressure on people who say they chose this community because it was affordable.
We have people here that live on fixed incomes. They're elderly, this is supposed to be affordable housing, and they're taking this affordable housing and they're dumping it down the drain.
Now, residents say they are not looking for a fight, they just want to be included in the conversations about the place they call home.
We just don't want to be taken advantage of. We just want to live a life here, a simple life, and we're not asking for much. Just let's be legal.
Reporting in La Crosse, J.S. McGee, News 8 Now this morning.
Brookview officials declined to comment when we reached out. A News 8 follow-up: Wisconsin's 5 Democratic gubernatorial candidates debating in Milwaukee last night. Francesca Hong, Mandela Barnes, David Crowley, Kelda Roys, and Joel Brennan largely agreed on education, health care, property taxes, and AI data center guardrails. Frontrunner Hong, a Democratic socialist, faced questions about her more progressive positions, saying her focus is putting working-class people first.
I do not support the full platform of the National DSA, and I'm not endorsed by DSA National. Fully funding our public schools, ensuring that we are doing right by our kids and cutting property taxes, taxing the ultra-wealthy and mega corporations.
For a full breakdown of the forum, you can visit our website. The Democratic nominee will likely face Republican Tom Tiffany in November. He already has backing from the president. Political experts say the race is a toss-up.
So hard to predict when you've got a deeply divided state, and any tiny little factor might be the difference between winning the election and losing the election.
Here in La Crosse, you can vote at City Hall. Early voting running through August 9th. Just make sure you have a current valid ID. And we asked you who you're supporting for the state's governor. Our News 8 poll shows 44% say Tom Tiffany, 22% Francesca Hong, 16% David Crowley, and 13% for Mandela Barnes. You can vote on our website, news8000.com. The U.S.-Iran war is spreading. American and Saudi forces launching joint strikes on Iranian proxies in Iraq, as the U.S. says it also thwarted an Iranian missile attack targeting American troops. Jared Hill reports.
Days of calm in the Middle East shattered overnight. The Pentagon says U.S. and Saudi forces conducted joint strikes against Iran-backed terrorist sites in Iraq. U.S. Central Command says it intercepted an attempted surprise Iranian missile attack aimed at American troops in the region. President Trump repeated this warning on Fox News Tuesday morning.
If they don't make a deal, then I go back and I finish the job.
Control over the Strait of Hormuz still a key issue. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps says it struck 3 oil tankers in the waterway. President Trump has threatened to use frozen Iranian assets to recoup the costs.
We're going to use Iran's money to pay for the damage they did.
Iran's military says it won't allow any ships to pass through the area that are associated with countries or companies that use those frozen funds. The conflict was at the forefront of President Trump's meeting with the leaders of Ukraine and Israel Tuesday, which the White House says were positive and productive. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu described his roughly 90-minute sit-down with the president as one of the best conversations they've had, adding that there was a, quote, understanding of the mutual goal that Iran does not have nuclear weapons. The meeting came hours after President Trump expressed frustration with Netanyahu on Fox News, saying the Israeli prime minister was applying public pressure because he wants the U.S. to stay involved in the war. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The News 8 Back to School tradition is back. Join us for our Stuff the Bus campaign Friday, August 7th. From 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Walmart stores in La Crosse. We'll be collecting school supplies while we're there. Oktoberfest tickets are now on sale. Those are available online or at the Fest Grounds box office Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5. The 65th annual celebration runs September 24th through the 27th. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news. Flip phones are making a comeback. We'll tell you why. Plus, less buzz than usual. BuzzFeed laying off a significant percentage of its employees. And hurricanes aren't the biggest weather risk for your home anymore. We'll tell you what is after the break.
At Cedar Lake Speedway, champions don't quit after a crash. They get back up and fight. If you've been injured, Bygoff and Rohde brings that same relentless fight to your case. We get your life back on track.
At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we're making it easier than ever to furnish your home with name brand, top quality furniture. For a limited time, you'll save with store-wide sale prices. Plus, we'll pay your sales tax. Sofas and sectionals from Smith Brothers, Lazy Boy, and Flex Steel. Bedrooms and dining rooms from Canal Dover and Daniels Amish. They're all at sale prices. And now, we'll pay your sales tax. But it's only for a limited time at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Voted your favorite furniture store.
You've spent a lifetime opening doors. Now, one opens for you. Once Weekly Zepbound helps adults with obesity lose weight and keep it off. And now, it's open to you through Medicare GLP-1 Bridge for no more than $50 a month. People taking Zepbound lost up to 48 pounds. Some lost over 58 pounds.
Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if allergic to it or if you or someone in your family had MTC or MEN2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with the sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems.
A new door opens for millions with Medicare. Ask your doctor about Zepbound. Visit zepbound.com/Medicare.
Partners working together. Governor Tony Evers and David Crowley fought and delivered on health care, affordable housing, and schools. Tony Evers said David Crowley created thousands of new jobs, cut the county's local carbon emissions in half, and passed a balanced budget. And David Crowley is standing up to Trump and taking on AI data centers. Tell David Crowley to keep fighting for us.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis. So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support. It really brought me back to being able to be me.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Cedar Lake Speedway has thrilled families for over 60 years. Bygoff and Rohde has fought for the injured for over 50. 2 legacies, 1 shared community. When life gets knocked off course, we get your life back on track.
In your morning consumer news, Apple is partnering with Klarna on a new product leasing program. Apple Upgrade offers 1 or 2 year leasing plans for iPhones and Apple Watches, and 2 or 3 year plans for Macs and iPads, starting at $11.99 a month for the least expensive products. At the end of the leasing period, you'll have the option to pay a one-time fee to keep the device or turn it in for an upgrade. Gen Z grew up glued to their smartphones, but a growing number are choosing to disconnect. Some are opting for simpler options through Dumb.co, a startup that sells flip phones with practical apps like Uber and Spotify, but no social media. They say the switch has shown improvement in sleep, concentration, and stress levels. Hackers targeted more than 30 water systems across Minnesota in the last 48 hours. State IT officials say the apparent goal was to disrupt infrastructure. 4 cities, including South St. Paul, now working with the FBI and Homeland Security. A new severe weather threat is now the biggest risk for homeowners, and the price tag may surprise you. Michelle Renee Quinn has the details.
New research shows tornadoes, hail, and powerful winds linked to climate change now pose a bigger threat to homeowners than floods, hurricanes, and other forms of extreme weather. Climate risk modeling firm First Street finds that in 2025, insurance payouts from severe convection storms surpassed those resulting from cyclones, making them the costliest insured natural disasters in the world. Global insurance payouts triggered by intense convective storms over the last 25 years total $794 billion. That's more than flooding, earthquakes, and drought losses combined. 1/3 of those 2025 severe convective storms hailed from the U.S. Of those, $68 billion of insured and uninsured economic losses were within the U.S. SCSs are generally covered by homeowners insurance, so most Americans with a mortgage are insured against the risks. But for the consumer, as these storms become more frequent with the world's changing climate, homeowners could face higher insurance premiums. And First Street chief economist says we've already seen a quicker increase in some parts of the U.S., most notably the Midwest.
That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Nicole now. She's got an update on the weather.
Well, we still are expecting some haze in the sky today. The good news is your actual air quality is still looking to be fine, mostly unaffected. We're seeing greens and yellows across the area, which is the color that you want to see when you're talking about air quality. Little to no issues outside right now, but you're still going to be seeing that smoke in the air above us. Your smoke aloft, still a lot of red, especially into southeastern Minnesota this morning. For the rest of the day, we'll see on and off again. Maybe some light clearing in the sky, but still a lingering haze when you look at the horizon. Going into tomorrow morning, that's when we can see some more dense areas of smoke again suspended in the air above us, but definitely a stronger, thicker haze in the sky, and that lasts all day tomorrow, potentially lingering into Friday as well. But we have a lot of rain on the way for Friday that could wash us out a little bit. It cleans the air a tad. We'll see when it comes back around though if we head towards the weekend. Again, a lot of this is really in the sky above us. Some of it at the surface, as we can see going into this evening, we'll have mostly blues and greens, which is pretty low on your scale, although we are starting to see some yellows and oranges for areas further into Minnesota and especially into far western Wisconsin. Going into tomorrow, especially take notice of tomorrow morning, that's where we saw the dark red starting to move into the area in the smoke aloft. At the surface, we're just seeing greens. So really still not expecting a whole lot of smoke to get closer to the surface, at least not enough that would cause any unhealthy air quality, but something to keep an eye on in the coming days, especially with that rain moving through on Friday. Apart from that, even with the haze in the sky, we're expecting sunny skies throughout today and the first half of tomorrow. At least because of that, we'll warm up pretty nicely today. Slightly above average, back into the mid and upper 80s, 88 in La Crosse, 89 in Eau Claire. Yesterday, we were in the mid to upper 80s as well. A couple degrees cooler, but the humidity was so low. We will see dew points rising close to the low 70s today, and because of that, it could feel a little bit muggier out both today and tomorrow, both because the high temperatures will be in the upper 80s, of course, fairly warm, but the dew points will be a little bit higher right along with them. Hard to not notice this big dive that we have coming on Friday. Temperatures struggle to even get into the 70s, and they're still going down. We'll have widespread showers expected through the day, and of course that would make vast effects on how much we can warm up throughout the daytime. So it's not going to be a sunny and 75, it'll be a rainy and 75. You can enjoy the cooler weather though in the weekend, expecting dry conditions and highs stay in the low 80s, looking towards Saturday and Sunday. I mentioned though, even though the temperatures coming up are going to be warm, but comfortably warm, we will be muggy through the end of the week as dew points rise close to 70 degrees. By the weekend, where we see our high temperatures dip back down into the low 80s, we could see our dew points getting to more comfortable or at least just fairly noticeable levels. Nothing that would be a hindrance at all. Your Friday forecast really is the sore thumb coming up. Again, cooler, but widespread showers expected all day long. We do clear out by the weekend, but if you have any outdoor plans coming up as we finish the week out, you're going to want to pay attention to the forecast. I'll break down that rain chance coming up a little bit later on.
Thank you, Nicole. As you wake up, we'll leave you with a shining view this morning of a sunny Miami, Florida. Somebody there waking up to a lot more sunshine this morning. $800 million richer after winning the Mega Millions jackpot last night. Stay with us. We'll have more news coming up after your morning sports blitz.
Can't get enough camp. Davis Brothers back hosting their annual basketball camp over at Central. Plus, it's almost time for Packers training camp. Hear from Jordan Love on his offseason routine next in the Blitz.
Hey, did you hear what's going on at VisionWorks? What? It's buy one, get one free.
Off to VisionWorks!
wasn't the pilot.
Buy one, get one free for back to school. VisionWorks. See the difference. At TrustPoint, we know financial planning isn't just about managing money. It's about planning for life.
I plan for her.
I plan for him.
I plan for them.
We plan for this and this.
For generations, TrustPoint has helped families plan for life's most meaningful moments, delivering confidence today and security for tomorrow. TrustPoint. Simplify and secure your wealth.
Welcome to Breakfast with the Tiffanys, where nobody bites their tongue.
Tom, you've got to fix healthcare. No one knows what it costs.
I'm going to make it be more transparent.
Young families can't afford housing.
I will stop Wall Street from buying our homes and reverse the 400-year property tax hike.
What about waste and fraud?
We're going to audit every state agency to protect our tax dollars.
Tom, you know Ma's going to hold you to it.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Our father started this business in 1992, so we've been helping people hear and understand better for 32 years.
You're calling a local number and having a local person answer. We do online scheduling, so you can always visit our website at your convenience.
We do a full hearing evaluation here. We do the delivery of the hearing aids. We do the maintenance, the cleanings, the repair work. So everything's done here in our office. You don't have to go somewhere else. We like helping people hear better. It's rewarding.
Better Hearing Center next to St. Pat's Church.
Sports bring us together. They're the moments we cheer for, argue over, and remember for years. But more and more, the games fans love are getting locked behind paywalls. Another app, another fee, another way fans get left behind. Fans are tired of losing access to their favorite teams. Sports belong where everyone can watch them, on broadcast TV. Make your voice heard. Text sports to 39179 today.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
Call Hupy and Abraham. They really do mean business.
Welcome into the Blitz. One of the best parts of summer as a kid, obviously going to camps to improve your game in the sport you love, and a couple local legends who used to light up the hardwood in the Coulee region were back for year number 6 of their skills clinic. Yesterday was the final day of Johnny and Jordan Davis's camp, where they welcomed kids from 3rd grade all the way up to their senior year at Central High School. The 2-day event has its fair share of drills and exercises, as well as some competitions and games to put your best to the test against other campers. In the camp's 6th year, Johnny and Jordan know how they want to run things to make it the best experience for all involved, and they love seeing the progress made for returners from year to year.
Oh yeah, I mean it's awesome, like, because I definitely noticed their growth too. I mean, especially since they're like going through growth spurts and stuff right now, like they're starting to feel into their bodies more, and just like they're way more coordinated with the ball and just like honing in on their skills and like knowing what their weaknesses are, and just trying to make that a strength of theirs.
I think a good camp is like, knowing your kids, like knowing like what they need to work on. Like most middle schoolers, elementary and high school kids, they all need different things to work on. So we try to, work on with what they need to work on with that age group and just try to make it fun as possible.
And in regards to their futures in basketball, Johnny will be suiting up for Manisa Basket in Turkey's top league this coming season, with sights set on an eventual return to the NBA down the road. And after a season in Serbia, Jordan looking to find his new home to play professionally. And speaking of camp, just a few hours remain until the official start of Packers training camp as Green Bay set to embark on a new season. Jordan Love is entering year number 4 as the starting quarterback for the Green and Gold, as the offense hopes to get back to being among the best in the NFL, despite the loss of a couple weapons on the outside in Romeo Doubs and Dontavian Wicks. And Love says this offseason wasn't much different from years prior for him in his development.
Just trying to find ways to get better, continue to keep training, working out, doing all the little things, and just really get your mind right for the season. If anybody got injuries or anything like that, doing the rehab, be able to get your body back 100%. But not much has changed. You kind of stick to the routine and develop kind of a program of what you do in the break.
And Katie and myself will have a report from training camp tonight at 6 and 10 in sports, so be sure to tune in for that to hear how the players are feeling ahead of the new season. First day of training camp at Green Bay. Doesn't get much better than that. Regular season will be here before you know it. That's all for the Blitz. More news on the way next with Alexandra.
At Stanton, for a limited time, kids get a free eye exam.
Penguins need clear vision. Kids do too.
Plus, glasses start at just $79. Made same day. Smart, simple. Stanton.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. Your roof enhances the appearance of your home's exterior, and it's the first line of defense against the elements. Owens Corning Duration shingles add impressive curb appeal and offer ultimate protection. Choose from 26 stylish colors to transform the appearance of your home. Save big today on Owens Corning Duration shingles and get an 11% rebate on your entire project. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
You don't have to look too far to see living proof of Washington's failures. It's endless money for foreign wars and nothing but increased costs for hardworking families. I grew up on a dairy farm, ran a small business, and wait tables to pay the bills. I fight for people. It's why I refuse corporate cash, and I won't trade any stocks in Congress. We need more working class folks to represent us in D.C. that'll stand up to special interests. I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
At Bethany St. Joseph, we understand that as you age, finding a place where you feel safe and at home makes all the difference. In our skilled nursing homes, days are filled with enriching activities and friendships that inspire healing. With locations in La Crosse, Onalaska, Galesville, Westby, and Viroqua, our compassionate teams are here to support and help you feel at home, right in your own community. We look forward to meeting you.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO. It gives our staff such great pleasure to see our patients back to normal activity in as little as 3 months after the TPLO surgery. Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
I'm Tanya with Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks in Winona, Minnesota. Is your muffler loud or falling apart? Well, I'm here to let you know we have expanded our services with our new exhaust vendor. We can custom form exhausts to meet your needs. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
At Stanton, our progressive lenses are digital, customized for you. All distances, one lens. Get 2 progressives plus a free eye exam for just $175. Smart, simple, Stanton.
As we approach August, we're still seeing summer-like conditions as we wrap up the end of the month. More rain is on the way as well as we look towards your Friday. I'll have everything you need to know coming up in just a couple seconds.
The defense makes its case in the Cody Allen murder trial today, what they're arguing. Early in-person voting now underway in Wisconsin will tell you what you need to know. And a free event for local veterans with disabilities. The Star Center joins us with what they've got planned.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Wednesday, July 29th. It is 6:27. Got a couple extra minutes this morning. July is slipping away. We'll send it over now to meteorologist Nicole Skalicksky. August. Wow. Already getting into August. It's so hard to believe.
I feel like I don't want to think about it.
No.
Fall is my favorite season, but then of course after fall comes winter, and we're not going to talk about it. Still have a lot of summer ahead of us. Still, especially today and tomorrow, going to be pretty nice July-like days outside. Starting the morning off on a good note. Sun's still rising in La Crosse, sitting at 68 degrees. A little muggy as you step out the door. Because of that, we could see some patchy fog across the area, but obviously nothing that's super widespread. The Eau Claire airport reporting visibility down to 5 miles, so maybe a little bit of fog forming, but that could also be the haze in the sky. Still dealing with that wildfire smoke out there in the air above us. Look at your visibility across the area. Again, just some minor deductions for some of us. Anyone closer to a river valley likely going to be seeing some of that patchier fog persisting. Otherwise, as we go throughout the rest of the day, sunshine takes over. We will still have that haze in the sky, but temperatures warm up even without it. We're seeing highs into the mid and upper 80s again today. A little bit muggier out, so it'll definitely feel like a summer-like day outside along with tomorrow. But as we head into Friday, we have a very wet end to the forecast. If you have any outdoor plans coming up to ring in the end of the week, you're going to want to look at this forecast. I'll have everything that you need to know coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you, Nicole. Happening today in La Crosse, the public has a chance to weigh in on that possible water rate hike. The hike would raise the typical bill from $17 to $29. The public hearing is at 11 at the Black River Beach Neighborhood Center. Officials say the hike is needed to cover infrastructure projects. Today, the defense expected to call its first witnesses in the Cody Allen homicide trial. News 8 Now's Grace Monk catches us up on what happened in court yesterday.
Allen is accused of killing 42-year-old Justin Betts outside of a bar on the north side of La Crosse. On the stand Tuesday, several La Crosse Police Department investigators. Investigator Nathan Lewis says they found firearms and 1,000 rounds of ammunition in Allen's home, but not the weapon that was used to kill Betts.
So, am I correct in assuming that none of the firearms or ammunition that you just described here was used in the death of Mr. Betts?
The firearms, no.
On Monday, prosecutors suggested that Allen was attempting to evade law enforcement after the incident. Investigator James Mancuso says he attempted to locate Allen by tracking the location of his phone.
Once the cell phone provider Verizon started giving me locations, I would receive them every 15 minutes.
Were there a couple of locations that you had checked, but Mr. Allen was not located at those locations?
That's correct.
Mancuso says Allen was eventually arrested during a traffic stop. What they found in the vehicle, nearly $2,000 in cash and his passport. Also on the stand, the man who told police in 2025 that he witnessed the crime, and Dr. Ross Zumwald, the pathologist who performed Betts' autopsy. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
A former Vernon County jail worker who threatened an inmate into sexual compliance has been sentenced. Amanda Bjornstad is already serving time for a separate conviction in Richland County. When released, she will face 3 years of probation for this conviction. A Tacoma man pleaded guilty yesterday to killing someone while driving drunk. Christopher Cattle admitted to homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle in Monroe County Court. The crash killed one person and injured 3 others on Highway 21 in 2024. 9 other charges were dismissed but will be considered at sentencing in November. Residents at a La Crosse mobile home park are speaking out, saying rising costs are making it harder to afford their homes. News 8 Now's JDS McGee reports.
It looked like 2 neighborhood parties, but for residents, it felt more like a standoff, with management of Brookview Mobile Home Park holding a pizza party for residents. But directly across the street, residents held their own gathering to raise concerns they say have been building for months.
We've asked for a sit-down meeting with the upper management, somebody who can make decisions, who can make changes to the lease. We're all adults here, so I guess I would have rather seen, let's come to the table, let's sit down, let's talk about it, let's hash it out, but we already know they're not going to do that.
Residents say they have watched lot rents, fees, and other housing costs climb over the years, adding pressure on people who say they chose this community because it was affordable.
We have people here that live on fixed incomes. They're elderly, this is supposed to be affordable housing, and they're taking this affordable housing and they're dumping it down the drain.
Now, residents say they are not looking for a fight, they just want to be included in the conversations about the place they call home.
We just don't want to be taken advantage of. We just want to live a life here, a simple life, and we're not asking for much. Just let's be legal.
Reporting in La Crosse, JDS McGee, News 8 Now this morning.
Brookview officials declined to comment when we reached out. A News 8 follow-up, Wisconsin's 5 Democratic gubernatorial candidates debating in Milwaukee last night. Francesca Hong, Mandela Barnes, David Crowley, Kelda Roys, and Joel Brennan largely agreed on education, health care, property taxes, and AI data center guardrails. Frontrunner Hong, a Democratic socialist, faced questions about her more progressive positions, saying her focus is putting working-class people first.
I do not support the full platform of the national DSA, and I'm not endorsed by DSA National. Fully funding our public schools, ensuring that we are doing right by our kids and cutting property taxes, taxing the ultra-wealthy and mega corporations.
For a full breakdown of the forum, you can visit our website. The Democratic nominee will likely face Republican Tom Tiffany in November. He already has the president's backing. Political experts say the race is still a toss-up.
So hard to predict when you've got a deeply divided state, and any tiny little factor might be the difference between winning the election and losing the election.
In La Crosse, you can vote at City Hall, early voting running through August 9th, and you need to have a current valid ID to vote. We asked you who you're supporting for the state's governor. Our News 8 poll shows 44% say Tom Tiffany, 22% Francesca Hong, 16% David Crowley, and 13% for Mandela Barnes. You can vote at news8000.com. The U.S.-Iran war is spreading. American and Saudi forces launching joint strikes on Iranian proxies in Iraq, as the U.S. says it also thwarted an Iranian missile attack targeting American troops. Jarrett Hill reports.
Days of calm in the Middle East shattered overnight. The Pentagon says U.S. and Saudi forces conducted joint strikes against Iran-backed terrorist sites in Iraq. U.S. Central Command says it intercepted an attempted surprise Iranian missile attack aimed at American troops in the region. President Trump repeated this warning on Fox News Tuesday morning.
If they don't make a deal, then I go back and I finish the job.
Control over the Strait of Hormuz still a key issue. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps says it struck 3 oil tankers in the waterway. President Trump has threatened to use frozen Iranian assets to recoup the costs.
We're going to use Iran's money to pay for the damage they did.
Iran's military says it won't allow any ships to pass through the area that are associated with countries or companies that use those frozen funds. The conflict was at the forefront of President Trump's meeting with the leaders of Ukraine and Israel Tuesday, which the White House says were positive and productive. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu described his roughly 90-minute sit-down with the president as one of the best conversations they've had, adding that there was a, quote, understanding of the mutual goal that Iran does not have nuclear weapons. The meeting came hours after President Trump expressed frustration with Netanyahu on Fox News, saying the Israeli prime minister was applying public pressure because he wants the U.S. to stay involved in the war. Jared Hill, CBS News.
A News 8 back-to-school tradition is back. Join us for Stuff the Bus, Friday, August 7th from 8 to 6 at the Walmart stores in La Crosse. We'll collect school supplies, so stop by and help us. And Oktoberfest tickets now on sale. Tickets are available online or at the Fest Grounds box office Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5. The 65th annual celebration runs September 24th through the 27th. The summer movie season is in full swing, and if you've been to theaters lately, you may have noticed fans are snapping up themed popcorn buckets. Bradley Blackburn got a taste of a trend.
At AMC Theaters in New York's Times Square, fans filed in recently to see The Odyssey, but some were making the journey for this, a Trojan horse popcorn bucket that looks like it leapt off the screen.
I think it's genius.
The horses were racing off shelves at $70 a pop. Do people come in just for the buckets?
They really do. So at this point, it kind of feels it's part of the culture when it comes to the movies.
Around theaters, themed buckets and other concessions tie-ins are everywhere. AMC's had Yoshi and AT-AT from Star Wars, even a Devil Wears Prada purse.
They really do come in all shapes and sizes. This He-Man sword is a drink.
We refer to them as CCVs, collectible concession vessels, or I lovingly refer to them as tangible memories of your movie-going experience.
Nell Storm manages food and beverage for AMC nationwide. He says collectible vessels will generate $100 million for AMC this year. With box office revenue still down compared to before the pandemic, there's explosive growth in a category that popped up not long ago.
Over my right shoulder back here, you can see my buddy R2. And back in 2019 with The Rise of Skywalker, that's really when what we're experiencing now, this popcorn bucket phenomena, really started.
AMC collaborates with studios more than a year before a film's release to design the buckets. This IMAX camera tied to the Odyssey sold out almost immediately. Many customers actually pass on the popcorn, hoping to resell buckets to collectors.
I've seen them go as far as a couple of months and be already near double the price.
Fans say collectibles make the full movie-going experience pop.
If you're going to see like a showing on day one, I feel like you got to get the whole thing.
A profitable trend that's here to stay. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Other theater chains are also in the popcorn bucket business. Even Disney has started selling specialty popcorn buckets in the theme parks. Coming up, local veterans invited to try some adaptive biking and Tai Chi for free tomorrow. The Star Center joins us live with the details.
At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we're making it easier than ever to furnish your home with name brand, top quality furniture. For a limited time, you'll save with store-wide sale prices. Plus, we'll pay your sales tax. Sofas and sectionals from Smith Brothers, Lazy Boy, and Flex Steel. Bedrooms and dining rooms from Canal Dover and Daniels Amish. They're all at sale prices. And now, we'll pay your sales tax. But it's only for a limited time at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Voted your favorite furniture store.
There are trucks, and then there's the Sierra with employee pricing for everyone. With the capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra, leading where it matters most. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. Celebrate Independence Day with employee pricing for everyone on all GMC Sierra 1500 models. With 0% APR, that's over $13,000 total value on this Sierra 1500 Denali.
We're getting hit on both fronts. Donald Trump and Derek Van Orden, they're making our health care less accessible and more expensive for us. The loss of medical care. I haven't gotten my hearing aids.
We've got to change our healthcare system, not just Medicare expansion, but creating a public option so that more people can get access to care.
You're somebody that truly understands. I consider you one of us.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
News 8, the Salvation Army, and the YMCA are helping our community go back to school with Stuff the Bus. Stop by the La Crosse or Onalaska Walmarts on August 7th and fill the bus with school supplies. Donate new supplies or cash. We'll put them in the backpacks for the students in our community who need it most. We'll see you at Walmart on August 7th to help us stuff the bus. Brought to you by these great community partners and proudly sponsored by Cooley Bank and Home Furniture.
Our father started this business in 1992, so we've been helping people hear and understand better for 32 years.
You're calling a local number and having a local person answer. We do online scheduling, so you can always visit our website at your convenience.
We do a full hearing evaluation here. We do the delivery of the hearing aids. We do the maintenance, the cleanings, the repair work. So everything's done here in our office. You don't have to go somewhere else. We like helping people hear better. It's rewarding.
Better Hearing Center next to St. Pat's Church.
Get ready, Wisconsin! Legends Alive USA is bringing the ultimate tribute concert to the Omni Center. Experience the music of legends like Toby Keith, Elvis Presley, Rod Stewart, and more live on stage. From country hits to rock and roll classics, it's one unforgettable night of music and entertainment. Join us August 29th at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6, food and drinks available. Tickets start at just $45. Get yours now at the Omni Center or online. Don't miss Legends Alive USA. One night, all the legends. Be there.
Well, as we approach the end of the week, we could see a wet end going into Friday. If you have any outdoor plans, definitely going to want to take notice. So far, throughout the month of July, we have been pretty much on track for precipitation in Eau Claire, although on track still means fairly wet because this is the third wettest month on average. Your July rainfall so far, this yellow line and the dots represents how high or above average we are throughout the month. So starting off pretty close to normal really throughout most of the month. We did have a little bit of a soaking rain towards the middle of the month, bumped us back up to a wetter than normal stretch, but now we've gone nearly 10 days without any rainfall, recorded rainfall in Eau Claire, and because of that we're back down to near normal. Overall, only 0.05 of an inch above average. So wet, still seen 3 3/10 of an inch of rain, but just barely above average. La Crosse, an entirely different story actually. We started the month off extremely wet, and because of that, we stayed almost breaking the chart. Very wet throughout the entirety of the month. 4 inches of rain, over 4 inches of rain fell within the first 2 days. You can remember anyone south of I-90 actually had some flooding issues to start the month off. Feels like forever ago though. Since then, we've had various amounts of rainfall, although still seeing that same 9-day stretch without any rain in La Crosse. Even with that longer stretch, well above average, almost 2 3/4 of an inch above normal, because we've picked up well over 2.5 inches of rainfall this month in La Crosse. And Friday is the last day of the month, so we could still see a healthy amount of rain added on top of that. Definitely not thirsty out there. Going into your futurecast, we'll have showers, widespread showers, moving in as soon as Friday morning. This looks to be an all-day event. Thankfully, thunderstorm activity, while possible, really just looks to be a steady rain throughout the day. It'll be on and off again as well. Definitely not raining all day long, but the chance for rain persists all day long, especially through the first half, still lingering in the morning. Anyone north of I-90 could see a little bit more of a prolonged dry break than as we get later on into the day, as the system continues to slowly stretch to the south, but we're still seeing the possibility of extended rainfall anyone further to the south throughout the afternoon and into the evening. We do clear up going into the night, but we'll have plenty of rain already on the ground at that point, so it's going to be wet outside even if it's not necessarily raining in that moment. Your forecast for Thursday night to Friday for your rain totals, anyone in the blue expecting at least about an inch of rain, but again, folks to the south have the higher possibility of heavy rainfall, seeing the possibility of over 2 inches, and this is everybody who's already seen well than enough amount of rain this month, so we could be adding on to that 6.5 inches that we've already seen in La Crosse. Something to keep an eye on, especially if you have any outdoor plans to finish the week off. The good news is that's really our only main rain chance, and just in time for the weekend will dry out, and temperatures are looking pretty nice as well. So enjoy the weekend forecast after that wet Friday.
Thank you, Nicole. New this morning, local veterans with a disability is getting a chance to try something new this week, and it's free. We're joined this morning by the Star Center director, Ben, with a preview of tomorrow's Adaptive Try It Day. Good morning. Great to see you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what's going on tomorrow with this Try It Day. What will veterans get to do?
Yes, as you mentioned, we're looking forward tomorrow on Thursday the 30th to welcome area veterans to the Star Center for Veteran Try It Day. There will be offering 2 different demonstrations of some of the programming that we have at the Star Center. We'll be doing 2 adaptive Tai Chi demonstrations in a small group format, and also adaptive biking, where participants will be fit and assessed for the adaptive biking program. We'll also have Star Center staff on hand to answer any questions that people may have about the services of the Star Center or the adaptive equipment in the Star Center.
Okay, wow, great. So two big things that you're offering, both the adaptive biking and the adaptive Tai Chi, 2 very fun activities as well, I'm sure, something that people can look forward to. What do those look like for someone who's never had the opportunity to try it out before?
Yes, as you mentioned, real fun, engaging activities, and that's really what STAR is all about, making sure that people have access to physical activity through programs like Tai Chi and adaptive biking. So the Tai Chi program is a mind-body practice. It combines gentle body movements, deep breathing, and mental focus. It's great for flexibility, coordination, building strength. The program at STAR is accessible as it's modified to meet individuals' needs to access the program and participate fully. So that could look like doing the program from a seated position while in a wheelchair, or making other accommodations that best meet their needs. The adaptive biking program also provides specialized equipment, so cycles for the participants. Those can be things like hand cycles or tandem bikes or recumbent trikes for people that may benefit from coordination and balance on that equipment.
Okay, great. And we saw some video there from the Star Center kind of illustrating what you were talking about. So adaptive recreation, tell us a little bit more about that and why it's so important for veterans specifically.
Yeah, so essentially adaptive recreation, or recreation activities that are in one way, shape, or form modified so that all people can participate and access that activity. So a lot of times that might look like adaptive equipment, so specialized equipment to meet needs. It could look like modified rules or format for the activity to accommodate accommodate needs. And it also looks like having trained support staff who can help people utilize that equipment, particularly important for a program like adaptive biking, where it is very important to have the correct equipment fitted to the individual's needs.
Okay, or something new like Tai Chi, right?
Exactly.
That's great.
Yep.
Okay.
And always good to get the movement in as well when you can.
Absolutely.
So those are specifics that you help with. Tell us a little bit more about the STAR Center itself and what else you do to serve the community.
Sure. So STAR is the Sports Therapeutic and Adaptive Recreation Association. We're a lacrosse-based nonprofit organization, and our mission is really to promote and establish health equity in the greater La Crosse area. And health equity is kind of that larger concept that essentially is working towards eliminating, reducing barriers to accessing physical activity for all members of the community. So at STAR, we know things like financial consideration, transportation, having access to the appropriate adaptive equipment can all be traditional barriers, and our programming is really designed to limit those barriers so that we can all enjoy the greatest health and fulfilled life possible through physical activity.
Okay, very important. We've got the information up here. Can the vets show up tomorrow, or do you recommend they call to register in ahead of time?
Great question. As you mentioned, the event is free, thanks to the sponsors of the event, and I would steer everyone to starcenterlacrosse.org for more information about the Veterans Triad event tomorrow, as well as a list of sponsors that make that event and programming possible. They can register through the website or call our staff office, 608-797-6295. We'll also be welcoming people who show up day of, with registration starting at 9:30 and the demonstrations running from 10 until 1:30.
Okay, great. Sounds like a great day. Thank you so much for being here to share it with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
During the anniversary sale at Home Furniture, celebrate the savings. Right now, get our best finance offer and pay no interest until 2030. Or get an extra 10% off the home price, like this Verona sofa, just $8.99. The anniversary sale, now at Home Furniture.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
With a built Ford Tough truck, you instantly get more capable.
Especially with the quality of F-150 and Super Duty.
That's more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for trucks than any other brand.
2 years in a row.
And keep all that quality safe with the Ford Security Package. The quality of a Ford truck with a great deal.
It could be life-changing.
Get 1.9% financing for 60 months, no payments for 90 days, and $1,000 toward your down payment on F-150, plus a complimentary 2-year premium maintenance plan.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO. It gives our staff such great pleasure to see our patients back to normal activity in as little as 3 months after the TPLO surgery. Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
She's a proud socialist. He lost statewide before. A couple weeks ago, he dropped out. Madison insiders want you to think these are the only choices you have for governor, but they'll all lose to Republicans in November. You get to decide who's the Democrat who can win. I'm Joel Brennan. I'm running for governor to lower costs, to expand Badger Care, to build 100,000 new homes, and to fight back against Donald Trump. I will win in November, and I'll never quit on Wisconsin.
The Brewers are coming to the Coulee region.
And there she goes!
Yeah, you heard that right. All summer long, you can catch the Brewers right here and for free. No pay-per-view, no subscription, just good old reliable free TV the way the baseball gods intended it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action as News 8 now brings you 10 games throughout the summer. The Brewers playing here? You're welcome. The Milwaukee Brewers on News 8 now.
Hurry into Home Seasonal Concepts for the truckload patio sale. Get up to 60% off select collections, but when they're gone, they're gone. Plus, save on select in-stock patio umbrellas, fire tables, seat cushions, and protective covers during the truckload patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Recently, News 8 Now was honored with several first-place awards from the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association, including Best Website, Best Weather Coverage, and Best Morning Newscast. And while we're proud of these achievements, as always, the greatest award is you tuning in and trusting us every day. And for those of you who haven't checked us out, if you expect more from your local news, come and discover what your friends already know. We are News 8 Now. The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
When everything's on the line, real heroes rise to the occasion. Or die trying.
We're firefighters. We're gonna find a way to get you out of here.
We take the hits together.
We're on the same team. I'm right here with you, no matter what.
I would never leave you hanging in the deep end.
This place is a way of giving you new family.
Sunday night at 11:30 on News 8.
Welcome back. It's 6:53. Time for your morning news now. The defense makes its case today in the Cody Allen murder trial after investigators took the stand yesterday. Police testified they found firearms and ammunition in Allen's home, but not the weapon used to kill 42-year-old Justin Betts outside of a La Crosse bar in January. Detectives tracked Allen's cell phone and arrested him during a traffic stop, finding nearly $2,000 in cash and his passport.
So am I correct in assuming that none of the firearms or ammunition that you just described here was used in the death of Mr. Betts?
Firearms, no.
The defense will begin presenting its case at 8:45. Residents at a La Crosse mobile home park speaking out, saying rising costs are making it harder to afford their homes. Organizers say yesterday's cookout was put together to give residents a chance to speak with one voice about what they describe as rising lot rents, fees, and other housing costs.
If we're not here, we can't afford the rents in La Crosse. There's a reason why we're here. You know, it's a gateway between owning a home and renting a house.
Residents say those increases have been especially difficult for people living on fixed incomes, and they hope for more transparency from management. The Democratic nominee for governor will likely face Republican Tom Tiffany in November, who already has the backing from the president. Political experts say the race is still a toss-up.
So hard to predict when you've got a deeply divided state, and any tiny little factor might be the difference between winning the election and losing the election.
Here in La Crosse, you can vote at City Hall. Early voting will run through August 9th. Well, hope you're not hungry. Today is National Chicken Wing Day, and the beloved buffalo wing has been a staple since its invention in Buffalo, New York, of course, in 1964. Restaurants across the country marking the occasion with deals and specials. Today, also National Lipstick Day. Maybe save that for after the wings, or what our director Caitlin said, use the wing sauce as lipstick.
Oh, there you go. Just
if it's
coat
spicy, maybe it'll have a nice plumping effect.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Numb the lips a little bit. What a great idea. Well, here's a question: are you a boneless or bone-in wing?
Oh, I like bone-in, and I like the drums, not the flats. What about you?
I like the drums too, but my fiance likes the flats.
Yes.
So then it's
same.
easy.
Same. It works out because
that's how you know you're meant to be.
That is true. Most people like the flats.
I know, but I don't know. Something's so good about being able to hold on to the leg.
Yeah, it's crunchy. Yep.
Okay, well, as you head out the door this morning, we're getting hungry if you couldn't tell. We have some hazy skies still lingering in the area today, Wednesday, and potentially into tomorrow as more and more haze. But as we go into Friday, we could have some rain that really washes the air out. It's going to be a soaker, though. If you have any outdoor plans, definitely keep the umbrella with you. We'll have heavy rain potential, especially for anyone south of I-90. The good news is it clears up just in time for the weekend. Your forecast will actually be a little bit cooler, milder on the weekend, still in the 80s, so comfortable, warm, and staying pretty pleasant going into next week as well. So Friday, really the only poorer looking day, but I'm a fan of the rainy days. It's just it's unfortunate if you have to be outside in it.
Right, on a Friday too, good day for a nap. All right, thank you, Nicole. Thanks for waking up with us. We'll see you back here at noon.